say when it comes to Devin, people just love Trey Carroll last year because he chose to stay. And the kind of love that Trey got when he committed to be the first one to come back. You guys give Dev that love. He's chosen us twice. He's had as good a summer as you could ask. His body's changing, his defense is better. Jump shots come along, but everything that's good about Paradise and why I don't want to leave palm trees is wrapped up in Devin Vanderpool. And then I want to say congratulations to Joe, top 75 kid. Obviously, we had a little luck because his brother's on our staff, but a fantastic player and a good person. Johan would have been every bit the 4 stars if he was an American. He just happened to play it up. But congratulations to him. And we're really looking forward to winning in the Ellie. It's a wonderful place. And I just say next Wednesday, I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised in a Blue-Gray game at our size, length, passion, and then more than anything, this group. We had such a short run into last year's portal. This year we had a year to prepare. And the joy and character of this group and defense is significantly better, and I think you'll see that right away. So we appreciate all you do for this program. We're thankful for it. Any questions you have, just let me know.
Coach Vanderpool indicated that the pace would probably increase this year. Can you comment a little bit on that?
Yeah, I mean, anybody who knows me knows we want to average 90. We averaged 84 last year. 90 isn't like a benchmark in any meaningful way. It's just a way to push our guys to go quicker and understand the tempo is probably good for us. It's just part of the system, and it's a trigger or a benchmark. We got to 84 last year and produced very little points off turnovers. Our defense did not flip the floor in any meaningful way. If we will turn people over the way I think we can with this group and the way we adjust our roster size and have improved the defense, I think we'll make up that 6 points just by the way we pick 6 or turn people over in the defensive end. So the pace will be the same. I just think the defense will be more offense and we'll get right back to where we want to be.
Obviously last year you were kind of thrown into the fire a little bit. You didn't get a full off season. How much do you feel like it benefited you this time to have that full off season, whether that's roster building, schedule building, or just building and morale?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And I mean, just as something little, like I didn't live with my wife for 4 or 5 months. I didn't see my kids for the same period of time. I went home to either a dorm or a hotel bed. This year I'm going home to my own house. I think we were surprised by a couple transfers, but for the most part, the number of people we had in each position earlier and the way we were able to manage that was much better. We ended up having 13 guys on campus. 1 told us no, 3 we told no to, and I think we said yes to everybody else. So our batting percentage was great, but it's because the fit and the role all lined up. Scheduling isn't an exact science, especially nowadays, because people don't want to play us. We're in the odd middle where you can't analytically beat us by 40. And buy us, they don't want to do that. And you don't want to play us in a home and home because they want to go run and hide and play each other. And then we were left a mess with the 21 days away from home last year and the 2 Charleston tournaments. So I don't know if you noticed, we're only leaving Florida once in November and once in December, and our home schedule, I think, is significantly more balanced. So when it comes to making our own choices with the schedule, deeper choices with our roster, and then us just being with our families, I think the whole thing was much healthier.
Coach, with so many new faces coming in this year, how have you been building the culture here, and what are some of the values you're trying to instill?
Yeah, you may have heard me say this before, but I don't think that I've changed. A lot of people say we lost 9. I say we keep 5. Okay? And Devin, Max, Amar, Nico, by the way, who's been a maestro, and Liam know what we want. So even Trey, we were deprogramming and reprogramming. Trey didn't play any minutes for Dusty in the NCAA tournament, but he still played their style or the way they thought. And obviously he's an amazing coach, but you're reprogramming. Now the new guys are coming in and there is no reprogramming. They can watch those 5 and they know what we want. And so we're deeper and better off in that regard for sure. And so the retention, I think, is good. If you look at our league, I think over half the league, 9 of their top 10 players are from another team. So we can all call this a weakness, but it's a weakness that everybody's going through, basically. And so you can't complain about it, you just have to get better at it. So I think we got better at the concept. How can we teach in 4 months instead of 4 years? You just have to put your system in faster. And then the last thing I would say is, you'll see it with Nico this year. I'll warn y'all ahead of time. But when you get your point guard back and your point guard thinks like the head coach, you'd be amazed at how much faster the culture settles on the court. Now off the court, we've always been good. And if you look at our player development, like Trey was most improved player of the year, was up in points, rebounds, and assists. Matas left for 7 figures. When it comes to making basketball players better, we can do that. The question is just how does that fall together? And I think we're right where we want to be, but you don't know if you play somebody else.
Coach, you were obviously going through your second season as a full-on head coach. You navigated the first one with a winning campaign and a postseason appearance. How are you feeling about shouldering the weight of expectations and responsibilities of the head coach going into this season compared to last year?
First off, no one's going to be harder on me than me. And we made the NIT my first year at Baylor, and everybody thought Scott Drew should get fired. Like, there was an article about that. So as much as I love y'all, and as much as I'm thankful for how you support us, and you're always where we are, I'm not going to judge my life based on the pressure of others. I think we have our own expectations. My wife and my athletic director and the people around here say that was the best first year in the history of the school with 18 wins. I don't think there's only 5 seasons with that many wins in the history of the school. So in light of recent history, maybe it's not what people want, but it's a step in the right direction. But we're going to get better, and we will be better. But most of that is because of an internal pressure to be great, not what the outside says. For me, the best thing about the outside is if you perform here, you'll have a full student section. And so I want those 2 things to line up. So I don't want to be good for people because I'm scared of what they think of us. I want to be good for people because I want them to be happy that they do. And I think there's real freedom in that. We're all fighting for the same thing. How can we love FSU and make this a great place? You look at President Hasner being ranked top 100 in the country academically now, the way the student government provided all of the different tailgates last year and how we're playing Boston College open the season. I just think a lot of positive things will happen. So pressures of privilege, and there's not going to be any more that we put on ourselves.
Coach, I want to circle back a little to the scheduling comments. Being able to build that schedule the way we did, we obviously had multiple over 15-win programs on the schedule. We got 2 pretty nice tournaments that we're playing in the non-con. Let's talk about what was that scheduling building process like?
Yeah, well, one, Field 68 was left to us one more time, so we knew we were going to Liberty. And Liberty is to win their league, and they'll win 25 games again. I think they were in some way tournament team last year. Charleston is always good. So you feel pretty good about the fact that you're getting a quad 2, and then you might get hover around a quad 1 depending on how Liberty goes on the road. But at least it's 2 quad 2s. We need probably 7 or 8 quad 1 and quad 2 swings if you want to be an at-large team. And that's becoming even harder because once you get into conference play, somebody like the SEC or Big 12 can just go run and hide by playing each other a bunch. So having to fly to California is my favorite thing on the list. But if St. Mary's is willing to play us, and that can be a quad 1 opportunity, you have to take it. So if you're not going to at least find your 6 to 8 quad 1, quad 2 chances, then you just don't have a chance. And if you can pull that off by staying in state, that's what we did. And Coach AD did a lot of the scheduling. Us having Boston College, that's the second P4 in the history of the school to come play in our building. It happened once with Miami, I think they lost by 2, and Boston College will be the second time. And so the fact that we have a P4 coming in our building, I hope is an annual thing. And so between staying in the state, playing the MAC, and then getting a P4 in our building, and then the 2 neutral tournaments, we did the best that we could in light of budget. Schools say yes, because by the way, we call people and they say no. So it's a 2-way street, but we did the best we could.
Coach, you mentioned the 5 returning players from last season, and how do you think that their leadership will carry over into this season?
Well, we lost a manager to be a Devin Vanderpool looked somebody in the eye much bigger than him in practice the other day and told him that we don't do that. And I didn't have that one time this year. And that's because Devin has played for us for 2 years. Nico Moretti is doing exactly the things that we want, not just as a point guard, but as a leader. And I just think that's the coolest thing about college sports is you get people together for 4 years and special things happen. Now we're just thankful for the 2, but the ability to confront each other. I thought we were a coach-led team last year. I have some hope that we're a player-led team, and the returners are the ones that are giving me that hope. So that's a great question. And we will be defined based on whether we're a player-led team or not. We're fighting that battle every day.
Richard, last question.
I'm looking at the additions you made this offseason, obviously throughout the country, especially in the West Coast, 93 guys from that area, Maxim Lomi, or against David Williams, UCLA, and Isaiah from USC. What do you see in those 3 guys that will prove to be beneficial to this year's roster for this season?
Yeah, Maxime we watched when he was in high school, U18s. He was a top player at U18s. He's like international kids, so when he became available, we had already watched him. He's a roller, live catcher, great hands, unbelievable athlete. Has a highlight to play every game, or every day in practice. There's some things he's got to clean up, but for the most part, the upside is what we saw there. The physical upside to get a big that looks like that, jumps like that is what we saw. Isaiah Elohim was number 6 in the country, and he was at Sierra Canyon, played on that famous team with LeBron's son. They did the documentary. He got an injury, and then since that injury, he dropped in the rankings. The better version, the healthy version of Isaiah is what we were looking for. And this last 2 weeks, he has been every bit of that, and we're really thankful for his growth. But he's friends with Isaiah Austin, his family, and so when he was looking for a restart, we were happy to do it. The same thing that Taylor did last year with beating Louisville, having been a former top-ranked player. We believe Isaiah will do the same thing. You know, sometimes you make the wrong choice as a freshman, but then you make the right one, you find the hole, and he's going to be an elite scorer. He's a really good player. And then I would say the same thing to Williams. It's hard to get guys smaller than 6'9". You go overseas to get a lot of them, but to get a former top 75 version of that, who's 6'10", can play center, protect the rim, and roll, is willing to learn our European and pace system. He's a really special fit. He knew Isaiah Austin also since he was a kid. Isaiah played for Compton Magic, and that's who he played in before. So we like to say that some of our players are 6 or 7 hour flight from Europe, and some are 5 or 6 hour flight from LA. But either way, they both a home in the middle.